opportunity for some people who may be on the roster for the bubble.
Remember, it has to be kicked into the landing zone, which it is. And it's Pirine who takes it. He has an opening up across the 25 to about the 30-yard line, and that's where the Steelers are going to take over. Nate Herbert got injured last week. Van Jefferson now in motion. Here's the pass, and it goes to him right off the bat. Makes that completion, but he's hit hard right there. Now Washington into the game now for the Steelers, and this is Calvin Austin in motion. Handoff goes to Harris, and he's swallowed up in the middle. Buffalo brings back some big people there, Ed Oliver being one of them. And now we have some movement right there, and it's going to be a false start.
Pittsburgh, exactamente lo que no quería ver.
Offense number 19, 5-yard penalty. It's third down.
Arthur Smith has utilized quite a bit in his career, and the Steelers would like to utilize people like Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington, especially on situations like this. Forced under some pressure, and Russell Wilson has to throw that one away. Good pressure there by Greg Rousseau, and your option, he came in, got to Wilson. Wilson had to dump it off, and it goes incomplete.
Yeah, that was a tough block right there. They're trying to set up a screen, Najee, on a defensive lineman right there. That's tough. There's no way that he's going to win that as they were trying to throw the screen right there. And
here we go with Cameron Johnson now. He is going to be punting, and he makes some contact there, but nothing is called. Daquan Hardy is back. Hardy out of Penn Hills High School. Gets across the 40 to about the 43. We have a flag on the play. That's a 49-yard punt, a 10-yard return for Hardy.
During the return, illegal block in the back by the receiving team. It's a 10-yard penalty. It's first down.
Keon Coleman and Mac Hollins are in the game wide receiving for Mitch Trubisky. James Cook, very reliable running back. This one goes to Hollins. Hollins, that's a couple of yards there.
Tough loss to the Bills last season. They know how much he means to him. And even in 2022, the Steelers went 1-6. Back to you.
And the Chiefs in their playoff games from 1 year ago. So 3rd and 3 now as the Steelers try to get off the field. Trubisky, pressure up the middle, and he goes down. Nick Herbig is the man back there. Shot in quickly with that speed of his. He gets the sack.
Calls a slot blitz. He wants to see what Herbig is going to do right there. He's able to get inside leverage right to the quarterback, and they want to see more of that. He wants to be part of that rotation. And a great start here tonight for Herbig.
Martin was a 5th-round pick originally of the Lions. He came over here to Buffalo. That's a good kick backing up Austin, who takes it at the 16-yard line, trying to get to the outside. He gets across the 25, and he's finally run down right there. That's a 58-yard boot. All right, this time, play action. Wilson under pressure again, nowhere to go, and he is gobbled up in the middle of that line. Once again, Ed Oliver and others are there, and that's a big defensive line. 9.5 sacks last year, and he gets one right there.
Pressure gets to him. You can see the add-on out of safety right here. Russell's trying to figure out.
Inside handoff goes to Jalen Warren, and he's not going anywhere either. Another loss right there, and Greg Rousseau is another man right there, number 50. Shotgun for Wilson. Last time delivers to Pat Freiermuth, who is a stiff on trying to get to the 35-yard line. He's going to be a little bit short of first down yardage. Hardy, of course, is going to go back to take it at the 5-yard line. Hardy with some speed out of Penn State. He was a 6th-round draft pick. It's a second opportunity here with Mitch Trubisky at quarterback. Again, no Josh Allen tonight. And it's a little play action, and there's a completion right there, and it goes to Dawson Knox, one of their 2 talented tight ends, along with Dalton Kincaid. Develops that chemistry with Landon Roberts on the inside. This is James Cook, and he's going to get first down yardage. Of course, 2022 2nd-round pick. He's looked very quick, no doubt. Queen blitzes up the middle. Cook avoids it, and he gets a good, healthy gain. Number 6 came strong at him. They couldn't get him. It's an 8-yard gain.
Trying to see what this rotation looks like.
2nd and 2 after the 8-yard gain for James Cook. Trubisky fires, and he gets first down yardage there. It's going to go to Quentin Morris, their 3rd-string tight end. Mitch Trubisky so far is 4 for 4, 21 yards here in the first couple of possessions. As we get close to 6 minutes left in this first quarter of play. Trubisky with time now. And all of a sudden, it's Larry Ogunjobi who gets to him first and then finishes him off his Keanu Benton. You had a lot of people back there.
All those defensive linemen say, hold on, I touched him first. Larry Ogunjobi. He touches him first, then you have Herbig.
The guy who left last week with an eye injury, but he's all fine on that one. That's James Cook again. This time spins away. Joey Porter Jr. comes up and makes that tackle, but not before he got some positive yardage on what looked like a negative play, 5 yards. Dante Jackson, number 26, bottom of your screen. He's going to get a lot of action opposite Joey Porter. And we have a flag on this one.
The fans were upset right there. Everybody saw that false start. Referee is a little delayed on the call.
False start. Offense number 79. A 5-yard penalty. It's third down.
Sometimes those tackles get away with that first step, but not there. Third down, 21 now. A little screen pass goes to Cook. Montravius Adams pursues him. And they eventually do get him right there. To Marvin Leal along with Sam Martin in the punt for the Buffalo Bills. Career long for him is 72, in case you're wondering. He's very good at getting the ball inside the 20. Austin back deep once again. It's a high hanger, but he's going to have some running room. Austin across to the 15 to the 20. Tries to turn it back inside, and not much there. That is a 51-yard punt, 12-yard return for Calvin Austin. Handoff. Najee Harris right in the middle there. There's not much available. Gets a couple of yards, and that's going to be it.
Of course, he's splitting time with Jalen Warren here. He's going to get the opportunity.
Harris with another up the middle, makes a nice cut to the inside and gets first down yardage before he's dragged down by the ankles, but that's good enough. Dealerships, Cordero Patterson is in the game right now for the first time. And the swing pass is going to go to him, and there's not much there. Number 84 is one of those guys the Steelers really like bringing on in their system. All right, so now Russell Wilson with Calvin Austin in motion. Play action, and it's going to be a little dump off to Warren. He's trying to stiff arm to get his way to the outside, cannot do it. And instead it's going to be Joe Andreessen, the Buffalo native, hung on. And so it sets up a third down and 7 now. Steelers trying to keep this drive alive. Rousseau gets around Broderick Jones, and he gets another sack. Greg Rousseau. And he's doing some damage there on the Steeler offensive line. That's a loss of 7.
La situación de la semana anterior de Herbig, el momento de entregar el balón con Fields, pero la experiencia, la veteranía que te da el poder hablar en la línea, creo que es algo que le está faltando ahora que Fraser no puede ejecutar para tener comunicación entre todos ellos.
Johnson's boomed a couple. He's going to have to do another one here with Daquan Hardy back. A lot of people at Penn Hill's watching this one because he had a nice career there before he went on to Penn State. That's a great kick. He's going to field it inside the 5-yard line. Hardy now trying to get to the outside, going backwards. He eludes one would-be tackler. Tyler Matakevich comes over there and wraps him up. He spent time with Buffalo last year. That's a 65-yard kick there. Then they're 17, and now they're 13-yard line. Handoff goes to Cook up the middle, going nowhere. Keanu Benton's on the bottom of that pile as we come to the end of the first quarter. Not much offense here. Landon Roberts also got involved, but Benton looks good up front. And 445 NFL kicks. Trubisky goes to Keon Coleman. Pitt fans remember him out of Florida State University, a 2nd-round pick this year. All right, James Cook up the middle is going to get a couple of yards. Met right in the middle there. Patrick Queen gets him down low and takes him down. 2nd and 6 after the Cook run. Trubisky with time over the middle. Throws high, has his receiver Mac Hollins, and once again Patrick Queen, number 6. You'll be seeing a lot of Patrick Queen.
Roster upgrade in that middle of the defense.
He was a Pro Bowler last year as well. Handoff Cook up the middle is going to be stopped short. And once again, Larry Ogunjobi was at the bottom of that. He's been pretty active so far. Only a gain of 1 yard, and it's going to set up a 4th down. And once again, Sam Martin once again. He said a 59-yarder and a 51-yarder. Was pressured on one of them. Calvin Austin, the third, back again. He'll field it at the 14-yard line. Now cuts up across the 20, and he's wrapped up there. Nice little first cut on the play. A 52-yard boot on that one. In the backfield. Russell Wilson still in the game. A little pitch to George Beck. There's Bryce Watkins. Watkins trying to make up for that. Well, funny, last week, gain of 6 yards, and a state champion wrestler And he was really good at that. Here's Jalen Warren now trying to get somewhere. Cannot do it. They got a flag on the play there, but that's a nice defensive play. Dorian Williams, one of their linebackers.
Y esto va en contra de Pittsburgh.
Sobre todo para ver si lo van a aplicar o lo declina.
Holding. Offense number 80. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay the down.
All right, Wilson in the shotgun, 4 wides on this one.
A pasar en la bolsa, el
pase tirado, and it's right at the point of contact. Van Jefferson cannot hold on. Good play defensively by DeMarcus Ingram right there.
There, and that's something that they enjoy seeing. You can see that paying off as he was going through camp.
Wilson with a little check down now to Jalen Warren. He's not going to get first down yardage. Cameron Johnston, again, had a big night so far. He's gotten a lot of work with Daquan Hardy back, and he's going to backpedal again inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. That's another boomer right there, 63 yards, but Hardy's going to turn it across the 30 to 34-yard line.
I know your brother's right there, Julian.
All right, Trubisky still in there, being pursued right there by Dean Lowry, was brought in here. From us as we go along here. So far, neither team has crossed the 50-yard line. Trubisky now over the middle, looking deep, and it's going to be picked off right there. That's Miles Killebrew, who has it for the Steelers. Killebrew, who's one of the best in special teams, trying to make a name for himself in the safety position.
Can't get it done, understanding his assignment. Trubisky just trying to hit it double punches. Forces the overthrow. Killebrew's right there for the easy interception. Not much more after it, but he sets the Steelers up in good field position. Let's see if the offense can capitalize off of it.
We've seen a lot of that with Trubisky in Pittsburgh over the years. One of the reasons why. In motion, Russell Wilson remains in the game, trying to get something going offensively here. He's going to throw to Pickens, who tries to turn away from coverage, cannot do it as he gets close to the 50-yard line before he's wrapped up by Jamarcus Ingram.
Stature that he has, and then you want to see if he can continue to do it at this level.
2nd and 6. Najee Harris trying to hit the hole, spins away, extra effort, gets a couple of extra yards as a result before. All right, 3rd and 2 now. Steelers trying to move the chains over the middle, and that's a completion to Van Jefferson from Russell Wilson, and that is a first down conversion after they took a timeout. Over the middle, those are the kind of plays that the Steelers want to see more of, using that middle of the field. This time he's going deep for George Pickens, who makes one of those catches we've seen. He thinks he's got it in. They call it incomplete. Pickens. All right, we're back. Sean Hockley has indicated it is an incomplete pass, so it's a challenge loss for Mike Tomlin. I thought last week there was one. Van Jefferson got 2 feet in, and he didn't challenge it. All right, 2nd down and 10 now for the Steelers. Russell Wilson under center this time. He's going to hand it off, and it goes to Cordero Patterson. Cordero Patterson is a guy who, as I said, put up some big numbers, return guy, but he can do a lot of different things, and they're going to utilize him this way throughout the course of the season.
They are. This is a big guy, 6'1".
24 starts over his career down there. 1,400 yards rushing and 14 touchdowns, so he can do it in that regard. This is the Van Jefferson. It's short of the sticks. Jefferson is there to make that one. It's a gain of 4 yards. 52 yards on this attempt by Boswell. Johnston, the holder. This kick is up, and it is no good as it climbs off the upright. Had plenty of leg on it. Jason Gilden and the one and only Dick LeBeau. What a good class there. Trubisky still in the game. Handoff, and this right off the bat is a good one for Ray Davis. We have a holding call, it looks like, on Buffalo there, but Davis is a rookie. Round pick.
Offense number 83, 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Miles Killebrew had it, and it led to an opportunity for points, but Boswell hits the goalpost with 52 yards out. There's a completion right over the middle, another tight end, Quentin Morris.
Second window, nothing holding the backside right there, and you can see
Mitch Trubisky vio la ventana, estaba puesta, pero nunca vio quien cruzaba del otro lado y se salvó.
He was able to get a hand on it.
Ray Davis remains in the game. He's the rookie running back. He's going to get the handoff, cutting inside. Short yardage, really. Corey Trice Jr. there to make the stop.
Back to where he was last year. He gives defensive coordinator Terrell Austin some options.
Once again is Davis, this time wrapped up by Peyton Wilson.
44 y Robinson lo acompaña.
All right, 2nd and 7 Buffalo. First time across the 50-yard line tonight. Trubisky has time. Everyone covered trying to get out of the way, and he just does. He eludes a couple of people and finally knocked down there by Mark Robinson, who gets him. But Trubisky, it's now 3rd and 5. Ty Johnson is in the backfield. This is pressure coming from the outside. Trubisky delivers and has his man down the sidelines. That is Zach Davidson.
One-on-one right there.
Ahora se quedó atrás de Monte Casey, era el safety encargado de poder cuidar alguna zona.
Of the game for either team right now, and now it's Trubisky with a hand up to Johnson up the middle. And he got submarine there at about the 8-yard line. Ty Johnson still in the game at running back. They fake it to him. Slant pattern goes to Keon Coleman and could not hang on. Scoreless game in Pittsburgh as we approach the 2-minute warning. Here's Trubisky now throwing, trying to go in a very small window. Elliott was back there as well as Peyton Wilson. And Morris was completely covered. He tried to get it in there, Charlie, and Tyler Bass in. His 84% field goal career hitter, 27 yards will be this one. Pretty routine for a guy who's been around like he has. Last year's on the 4-year, $21 million extension. It has to land in that landing zone from the 20 to the goal line. If not, it automatically goes to the 40. Danny Smith continues to chew that gum and work on this dynamic kickoff. And this one is in the landing zone, and it's Plumlee trying to get to the outside. And he is down there by Kyron Brown in special teams. He makes the play, and the Steelers will have 2:04. Justin Fields in the game for the final 2 minutes of this one. He's going to show you his ability to make things happen with his legs. Pump fakes. Get some yards there. Was looking downfield. Everybody was covered. Joe Andreessen, who's been very good. With a minute 54 left in this first half, Steelers trailing 3-0. Fake to Shapland, and he's trying to run some sort of option play. There's not much there, and it goes out of bounds. Steelers only have one timeout left. They took one. They lost a challenge as well. Fields trying to get a first down and extend this, and come away with some points in the first half. Under pressure, fires low, and it goes incomplete, and good coverage right there. In the secondary. Yards, 61 yards, 65 yards, 64 yards on his 4 punts. And Daquan Hardy has been backpedaling a lot tonight. This time he comes up on it, takes it at the 26-yard line, and he is hit immediately right there by Mark Washington, who comes in like a torpedo. 45 yards on the kick. Good coverage by Robinson.
With the rotation, that's why they went out and got Patrick Queen.
You see Ben DiNucci is now in the game. Sidearm delivery to Coleman. It's knocked away there by Thomas Graham Jr. and AO Championship here also. Before he went to Pitt, then James Madison. Here he is rolling. Didn't have much time to study the playbook. He's trying to get out of bounds, pursued by Martravius Adams, and he does. Have a chance here to come up with another opportunity for Justin Fields. DiNucci throws, has his man close to the first down, but going to be short. Graham was there to hit him, and a few others came in to help as well. That's a gain of 8.
Runs a 4.3 in the 7th year out of South Florida.
Martin with the punt now. It's a high hanger. Calvin Austin is going to make that catch and take it straight up the middle, spins away, and finally in with a flag on the play as well. Nice little ad lib there by Austin, 46 yards on that kick.
Cada patada en la devolución, por lo general, el castigo es de quien recibe. Eso creo que se va a anular prácticamente en los kickoffs, Contrario a los despejes, evidentemente.
Number 80 of the kicking team went out of bounds voluntarily. This is a 5-yard penalty, which will be added to the end of the play. It's first down, Pittsburgh.
All right, so Justin Fields trying to get something rolling here over the middle. I throw it's pulled in by Connor Hayward, who had a touchdown pass last week from Kyle Allen to keep the clock going.
First down starter there. Ofensiva en serie.
Again, working the sidelines now. It goes.
He had 3 catches, 47 yards.
Acarreo.
First catch here tonight.
Y no hay mucho espacio. Después de una pequeña
trying to spin away. Cannot do it. And I would imagine they're going to take a timeout here.
Más agresivo a lanzar el balón.
Set up a 2nd and 10 now.
Fields tiene tiempo, lanza a la izquierda, el pase completo de nuevo a Miller, se acerca la primera oportunidad, no estoy seguro si la consigue. Información, mismo corredor que va a buscar el pase esta vez. Pase a su izquierda.
So he rolls left. He has the legs to get this done at the 40, the 35, trying to get out of bounds, and he will stay inbounds. It's a gain of 20 yards. Clock continues to run, and now they will take a timeout from others in this league.
Podría ser cuestionable si vas a tratar de acercar el balón. Creo que si vas a buscar el gol de campo para una menor distancia, una vez patealo. De lo contrario, ¿por qué no buscar las diagonales?
Restan 12 segundos el tiro para una jugada. El gol de campo en este momento sería de 48 yardas. Ya falló uno de 50. 12 segundos, primero y 10, de la yarda 30. A pasar, mueve la bocha por diseño, el pase corto a Miller. Miller sale en la yarda 25, o sea que
Cameron Johnson getting some nice holding time here. This one is right down the middle, which is where you expect all of his kicks to go. Good from 43, so we have a tie game at 3 apiece. Pass had one earlier of 27. Boswell counters with this one.
Se van igualadas.
3 seconds left in the first half.
¿Quién ha jugado mejor o peor? Prácticamente pues han sufrido conversión de tercera oportunidad. Buffalo 1 de 6, Buffalo 1 de 7.
It's important to get these snaps. There's some new guy in town, a holder too. Boswell's just going to kick this into that landing zone.
De aterrizaje y la va a sacar ahora a toda máquina. La lleva hasta la yarda 30.
Not much there for Andy Isabella. And that's going to be the end of the first half. All right, here we go, third quarter. Matthew Wright in to kick this one off. And again, it goes into the landing zone, and it's taken by Andy Isabella. Gets past the 25, spinning close to the 30-yard line, and that's where Buffalo will take over here in the second half. An 18-yard return for Isabella.
Y bajo centro está Bendinucci.
Mark Robinson is there to wrap up the ball carrier right there. Short game right off the bat. Robinson's played pretty well with a nice hit, especially on special teams. It was Ray Davis, the rookie, who made that carry. Originally, he was drafted by the Colts in 2020, and that's Ray Davis once again, this year's 4th round pick. Had a lot of draft picks this year for Buffalo. Davis remains in the game at tailback, and he gets another carry to the outside. Has some speed. Eventually that play is shut down. They also have Frank Gore Jr. on this team. He's the son of Frank Gore Sr. There's Davis up the middle. Nice run right there. First down yardage and more before McMichael knocks him down there. McMichael, undrafted in Tampa Bay 3 years ago. Trying to hang on here if he can. Davis again goes to the outside here. McMichael is there and grabs him up there. And they're going to throw a flag for what could be a horse collar tackle, it appears, from here.
To the Buffalo side, of course, they're already
personal foul, horse collar tackle. Defense number 42. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play.
All right, so it's a new set of downs now. And handoff up the middle for a man who's making it happen. Davis sheds some tacklers and he goes deep in the Steeler territory. Tyler McMichael is there again. That's 19 yards for the rookie. And the Steelers, the deepest penetration they've had since that first drive. It was already a field goal for Buffalo in the first half.
El novato Logan Lee de Pittsburgh no pudo frenarlo.
One missed tackle,
Tampoco
2, 3.
lo pudo hacer y falló más de yardas por acarreo.
Now we have some movement there. That's going to be, it would appear on Buffalo because Ryan Van Der Mark seemed to move.
Full start. Offense number 84. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
Davis nunca había tenido un gran partido.
With a hamstring. You never know about those hamstrings.
Está para darse el lujo de tenerlos. Así que
hopefully it's positive news there.
desde las 12 para Buffalo.
First and goal as they operate from the 11. Handoff to the outside. And that's Darlington Evans. And Evans gets down inside the 5 before he's hit out of bounds. And here he goes. Handoff once again to Evans, this time man up the middle, and that's Michael Robinson, who was there to make that play. And he's made himself very noticed here tonight.
Patrick Quinn, a Peyton Wilson. ¿Quién más se queda? Obviamente jugó con la veteranía. Mark Robinson,
And he was the 7th round pick. Have been run plays. Again, it's Darlington Evans, I should say, in the backfield. He's going to go a little fake pattern in the end zone. And it goes incomplete. That's Darius Rush stealing corner. He makes the play on Justin Shorter. He's been very reliable in this distance throughout his career. He is again tonight. 6-3. Buffalo has the lead, and a 26-yard field goal by Bass. He will kick off, and this one is going to be taken by Michael Pirine. He was back there with Dejan Edwards, who scored a touchdown last week.
Oye, que no se quede aquí nada más,
que
se quede solo los fines de semana. Síganos en @los Steelers.
That is brought to you by the game recap by People's Natural Gas. Making your life better at People's Natural Gas. And Steelers on offense not trying to get things going there, and it's Aaron Champlin out of Harvard. We saw him a little bit last week. Concussion is what they're looking at right now. Bez Fitzpatrick in the game along with Scotty Miller and Quez Watkins for Justin Fields. Mike Tomlin told you wanted to see a little bit of the ground game that he provides. You talked about the yardage over his career. Who set it down because of the 8-yard gain there by Fields. Steelers trail 6-3, trying to get something going. Once again, Champlin over the right side, gets across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. So he's a veteran who's been through this before. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard pickup by Champlin. This time it's Edwards, and he's not going to get much there. He runs into a lot of Buffalo Bills along the sideline. Edwards scored a touchdown last week for the Steelers. 3rd quarter in Pittsburgh, Buffalo has a 6-3 lead. Fields now. Pressure up the middle, spins away left, trying to throw, and he does hit Michael Pruitt, the tight end, and he gets first down yardage, trying to make something out of nothing.
6 de octubre, más información ahí.
Play action, and we see a lot of that in the Arthur Smith offense. Plenty of time. Fields gets by one. Now he turns it up to the 50. Justin Fields slides smartly as he was about to get there. That's a 9-yard gain, depending on where they mark. Jack Collette is in the game now, the fullback for the Steelers. And we have some movement right there. By the way, Fields so far has 5 rushes for 41 yards in this game.
False start, offense number 66. This is a 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
Mason McCormick is the guilty party right there. Michael Pirine is the other one there, and this one goes up the middle to him. And he gets first down yardage to make up for those 5 yards and more. That's a gain of 9 as the Steelers move the chains. This really goes to show you how difficult it is to be on a roster. A lot of these guys are so well traveled, and they have to be. Fields throwing right has Connor Hayward, who does a little high hurdle. And that is a big gainer for number 83, who scored last week, 14 yards.
Otra jugada espectacular del número 83. Gran engaño, después como rola hacia la derecha. Encuentra a Hayward y la habilidad, la capacidad atlética que tiene el 83. Espectacular.
De nuevo, es poco usual, no es típico.
He's come here in the 3rd quarter, which tells you how this game has gone so far. All field goals. Once again, it's Pirine. Trying to get to the outside, bangs away from one of this guy's sideline. Toe tap and down the sidelines. He gets a pretty good gain on that one. This happened a little bit more in this series, and that's exactly what we've seen. Again, it's Pirine trying to get to the outside. He does it again, and he's going to get more yardage. Same kind of play before he's pushed out of bounds. The 3rd quarter here, he's given way to a couple of guys. He's back in there. Williams in motion now. Fields looking over the middle, finding nobody, rolling right, still looking. He's going to have to go out of bounds, and he does. Michael Pruitt as well. There's a handoff to Champlin. Right there by Kyer Inlam, who hits him, gets him down at about the 11-yard line. This is the 13th play of this drive. Over 8 minutes consumed. Champlin over the middle. They're trying to get the yardage necessary, and it looks like it's going to be short. Now sets. And it is an option play, and Fields has nowhere to go. And I think Buffalo knew it was coming, and he's trapped, and it'll go for a significant loss and a change of possession. Joe Andreessen, the kid out of Buffalo, undrafted free agent number 44, led the way, but nobody was fooled on that play. Buffalo goes back on offense when we come back to Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh.
Trata de hacer algo que le pueda dar al...
So the Steelers tried to convert on 4th and 2. They're stuffed, lose 8. Darrington Evans is in the backfield for the Buffalo Bills as they take over now. The Steelers turned away. A.J. Handler back in the game now for Ben DiNucci, a quarterback out of Pine Richland. Pitt, James Madison, and now trying to make this thing come to life in Buffalo with an opportunity. That's a quick hitter, goes to Hamler. Hamler gets first down yardage, little sidearm throw there by Danucci. Had an ankle injury of some sort, but he seems to be okay. And now it's Darrington Evans, again the ball carrier, turning the corner and getting first down yardage. That's a good run right there by Pitt. He's a third-round pick of the Titans. Frank Gore Jr. is in the game now. Charlie, this is a kid who is facing a difficult road up, but his father, and I think his father played for the Bills like 5 years ago. Here he is. He missed the chance playing with his own son.
He runs a 4.7, but he had that same stature as his father.
It's another call. There's a pre-snap penalty to be a false start, I believe, on Buffalo for Frank Gore Sr.
False start by the offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. It's second down.
Play selection in the second half. Pittsburgh with 12 rushes, 2 passes. Buffalo, on the other hand, 11 rushes, 2 passes. So everyone's putting the ball on the ground here trying to establish something.
Para que estén con nosotros el próximo sábado 5 de octubre.
Once again, they give it to Gore. He's not to be denied. Over the middle, he gets the yardage necessary for a first down. And, you know, he's one of these guys who's looking for an opportunity, most likely.
He's become. Now they're looking to do the exact same thing.
Before him, of course, Willie Parker going in the Hall of Honor this year. Another good run there before rugby game breaks out. And he gets 9, just short of the first down.
Drafted free agent out of North Carolina. Who we all know how his career went.
First down for Gore. That's his 5th carry for 30 yards, almost 29 to 30 yards.
For the Steelers, they have to have that bend, that break mentality.
Evans, we see Cam Sutton in the game now, number 20. We saw him last week.
He's going to miss the first half of the season.
He's playing free safety tonight. This is Evans now has a hole. Makes a move and gets away from Sutton. He gets big yardage right there. So the Buffalo run game. And Evans is feeling it. A gain of 10 yards right there. Once again, it's Evans. He's going to try to get back to the inside after trying to the outside. Couldn't do it. Ryan Watts, once again, who's been active defensively, the 6th-round pick out of Texas for the Steelers.
He played college at Ohio State and Texas, and they want to see what he's capable of bringing to the equation because he's kind of that tweener between the safety and the corner.
Danucci now with a rare pass in this drive. He's going to go to Terrell Shavers, and Shavers. All right, so it's 3rd and 4 now. Big play for the Steelers defense. The crowd comes to life. It's Gore. Putting his head down. This time he's not going to get it there.
Como en las películas, tú estuviste aquí el jueves en la práctica.
Play for the Steelers.
San Martín. Y aunque se acerca
once again, he's 3 for 3 on the night. And the Buffalo lead is now 6.
Catch up with Nick Herbig this week. He's had a chance to work with James Harrison a little bit at training camp. Talked very highly of you. Obviously said when he gets the Mr. Herbig from Coach Tomlin, that means he did something good. What have you seen from him? 1.5 sacks tonight.
I heard Mr. Herbig tonight from Mike T, so he's pretty happy to hear about that. But Nick has just been a sponge. Really on the edge. There's just so much speed, physicality, just upbeat personalities. Great guys off the field and on the field. So I'm really hoping.
Drive of the half here for the Steelers. Remember the first one, 14 plays, but it resulted in a sack of Justin Fields to enter on 4th and 2. This time he's rolling, and he has his man, Des Fitzpatrick, who is going to get nice yardage there. First time we've called his name tonight. That's a gain of 12 and a first down. And he spent time with Arthur Smith down in Atlanta back in 2022, so they're familiar there as well. Fields now drops straight back, delivers high, and almost intercepted there. Daquan Hardy was the man who almost came down with that one, and it was Matt Sokol. 7 straight completions for Fields before that incompleted pass. It's back on track now with a completion, and it's Jeray Jenkins. The Penn Hills, wherever they are, we're interrupted on that one. Here's Fields. Snyder stepping a little, moving to the sideline again. Short completion before he's knocked out of bounds. Deuce Watts.
He worked hard this week in practice trying to make sure he got out of the doghouse. So we're going to see which one of those guys separates themselves.
Edwards now, nice effort there, spinning and getting about 9 yards on the play. Under center. Play action. Drops straight back, looking down the field, has a receiver, and he overthrows his intended receiver, T.J. Luther, who we just talked about. From Gardner Webb was just brought here.
Put it up and let the receiver run underneath it.
And now we have a false start again as Fields pulled away ahead of the snap.
Everybody but the center. 5-yard penalty.
Everybody but the center. So now it's a 3rd and 7 instead of a 3rd and 2. Fields, some pressure up the middle, trying to get away from it, and he does. Moving to his left, throwing, has his man for a reception along the sidelines, and that's Des Fitzpatrick.
In a long time. Here he is. Pressure in the pocket. He collapses, protects the football, gets out of it. Moves his face mask, gets his eyes down the field, takes a shot, and he's able to deliver a beautiful ball on the sideline for the catch.
Daquan Hardy should have had that. He was right there for it. At least he thought he got his hands on it.
Nice job of concentrating.
All right, here's Fields again now. First and 10, he's going to roll and use the legs here. Design play to get some yards, and he does. And Arthur Smith likes to use the fullback from time to time. Be right up the middle. Gets it down to the 16-yard line. And it looks very close to first down yardage. And this is going to be P-Ryan, and he's going to be down for a loss right there.
Ponerte creativo, tienes que atacar el hueco, vas por pulgadas. Sabes que la cortina está cerrada, ok.
Here we go, 4th down, 3 yards to go. Fields in the pocket, looking, surveying, delivering, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Connor Hayward. And Buffalo once again escapes with no damage. Couch in coverage. And they've been doing it all second half. Frank Gore Jr. is back in there. He had 3 rushing first downs earlier in this half, and he makes a man miss and gets pretty good yardage there. Tell you what, Frank Gore has opened up some eyes here tonight. A gain of 8 yards. All right, again, a penalty flag goes, and another false start. We've seen a ton of false starts in this game.
False start by the offense, number 65. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
Mike Tomlin was hoping he would be after that first down play. 2nd and 7. Give Steelers life.
That's 4 false start penalties for Buffalo here. Steelers had their share of mistakes as well from that point of view. So that's a big one after that big gain by Gore. So now it's 2nd and 7. Gore gets it again. This time, not much available compared to the last carry. That's only a gain of 2. And Logan Lee, the Steelers' 6th round pick, 1 of 2 this year. 3rd and 5 now for the Steelers, or for the Bills, as the Steelers try to get the ball back. And this time it's Ben Nucci rolling to his left. Getting away, or no, he doesn't. It's Julius Welshaw, who is from Germany, and he is by way of the University of Charlotte, 6'6", 265. He hasn't missed a Nucci on this one.
There, right there. You can see Ben, he realized nothing downfield. You don't want to throw the ball because it stops the clock. He was told, I'm sure, hold on to the football, nothing is down the field, take the sack, bleed the clock all the way down to about 2 minutes.
It's been a good night for both punters in this one. Sam Martin's had very good kicks, as well as Cameron Johnson for the Steelers. So Miller has him. He's going to have some running over the 25. Scotty Miller going to the 30, trying to get a block to the outside. Penalty flag flies. That is going to be on the Steelers. 56-yard punt, a 16-yard return. But again, the penalty will likely nullify that.
During the return, illegal block in the back by the receiving team, number 38. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's a 1st down, and this is the 2-minute warning.
Michael P-Ryan was Justin Fields in el campo de juego. All right, got a bunch formation to the right. Fields in the shotgun. Again, from behind is going to be taken down there. And that was 5-yard loss there.
Buffalo ha estado encima de los quarterbacks. Esta es la 4ª captura en el
pressure again. This time ball is loose, and he gets it to himself, and he throws, bedded down. Boy, there was a weird play there. And the ball was loose. I don't know how it came out, if he just lost control of it. All right, again, pressure. This time it's P-Ryan. There's a stiff arm. He gets a couple of extra yards as a result of it. Juice Watts is in the game for 85 for the Steelers. Shotgun 4th and 12. Fields needs to make something happen here. Pressure comes up the middle. He spins away from it. And still throws it across the way. And this one is going to be out of bounds. Active back there. He's a guy who made that sack. And he's also a guy who Thought he was going to come to this country from Nigeria to play basketball as an NBA fan, but he's used his athleticism to, hopefully for him, get a chance on this Buffalo roster. They've had trouble scoring points, especially in the red zone, and that's something they have to figure out. One more preseason game next Saturday afternoon. We'll be at Ford Field in Detroit to bring that one to you.
Vamos a ver ya el final del partido. Se van a saludar los compañeros de equipo de la Universidad de William & Mary.
Tom McDermott, Mike Tomlin go way back. Very good friends.
El jueves en una práctica conjunta. La primera en Pittsburgh en 8 años. La primera en el estadio de Acrisure en 10 años.
Quite a few times over the last several years, including the playoffs last year when the Steelers went hot at the end of the year under Mason Rudolph.